This is ground, checking in on fire.
Cool. Alright, here is the brief break. Alpha and Bravo and Charlie have spawned on one frigate. Delta, Echo, and Foxtrot spawn on the adjacent frigate. Ground, 2IC, and JTAC all have rugged tablets, and you are able to interact with any of the drones from said tablets. On the drone interface, we have multiple AA pieces on the ships, as well as 2 VLS missile systems and 2 155 artillery cannons on the front of the ship, and you can use any of it to complete the mission today. Break. Pilots, for the R&R to work, it's being a little wonky today. Usually it's you just go up to and it does it for you, but instead you're going to have to basically point the front of the bird over at the giant green thing for repair, at the fuel thing for refuel, and just be close enough to the vehicle ammo, and the pylon changing script should rearm them for you. If not, point your vehicle at the ammo thing, and then you should be able to rearm. Break. All aircraft are set to a 2-minute 30-second timer, which is 150 seconds for those of you that don't know how to do math, if they get blown up. Pilots, if you get shot down but are successfully able to land, I just watched a guy throw a grenade off the side of the boat. Cool. Anyway, if you need to demo your helicopter, you have some demo charges. You just put it on and blow them up. However, to the Chad who put a demo charge at the spawn, I hope you don't have that tied to anything, because if you demo it and you're a helicopter pilot, you're going to demo spawn, and that'll also blow up your R&R, and I'll laugh at you. But otherwise, your mission today is a simple one. Break. You are basically invading an airfield controlled by CSAT. We are doing this quickly because CSAT has been in the process of setting up a massive naval mine grid across the entire peninsula here, and the naval mines do connect all the way down those 2 black lines. However, there is an opening that is marked on map. So if any boats, I assure you, I have spawned in all those naval mines, and they will fuck you up. So please don't do it. But CSAT has set up a nasty defensive line of bunkers and vehicles to try and stop you. The boats, usually I would set them to invincible for something like this. They are not invincible. So air, you have to do a really good job of sniping any enemy vehicles on the coast, otherwise they'll fuck up the boats. The bunkers, though, they aren't armed with any AT, but they do have MGs and GLs. The boats will be able to tank those, but you, and when I say you, I mean ground, it needs to find a good spot to dismount his troops, because if they stay in the open too long, they might become Swiss cheese. Now, after you get on the coast, your main job is to take the airfield. Your secondary 2 objectives are to take the 2 marked facility positions on the map. Break. The 3rd facility position, which is far to the northwest, is confirmed to be some sort of AA position. So be careful about that, pilots, because they will have cheetahs, which can engage you from longer ranges. Break. CSAT will also have short-range AT, such as AA man-pads in the AO, so be careful. Otherwise, your job is to simply take that airfield and potentially take those 2 bases. Ground, do you have any questions? Over. Yes, there are landmines.
None at this time. Squad leads, 2IC, JTAC, anything from you lot?
But I will tell them. While they think about that, I will say these 2 things. 1, squad leaders, you all have a mine specialist with a mine detector in your inventory, and this is D-Day, so I think you can take a wild guess what the enemy has. And 2, there are no civilians in the AO because I don't like spawning them.
Hello?
Yes.
Enemy air defense capabilities, any long-range AA sets like a SAS 300?
As I've already said, the far northwestern position that is not an objective today is a confirmed Tigris site, and CSAT will have short-range man-pads in the AO itself, but we don't know where specifically. I do not have any Rhea sites down that will knock things out from like 10 clicks away, because those things are silly. Over.
Copy.
Now again, if there is any debug issues that need to be done, just tell me on site chat.
Angels 2.
We're on net, by the way. You're on 5-0, not 5-5.
3. Angels 4.
You're on the wrong net. This is high, send message.
My mine specialist is questioning, can he actually defuse the mines?
Say again?
My mine specialist is questioning, can he actually defuse the mines?
No.
Hey, firm.
That would be too Any other questions? Otherwise, you guys are free to start the operation. And then once again, because my radio is bugged, if you have any debug things, just tell me on side chat and I will address them. So the pilots are allowed to take whatever pylons they want. If they want to use cluster bombs, they're allowed to use cluster bombs. But yeah, it's weird how my radio is bugging out on the side here. So they're waiting on the catapults right now, that's why. But everything should be good. There's 3 boats on the side. There's 3 other boats here to represent all the squads. Infantry are jumping down. What Air needs to do in this operation to make sure that they succeed is Air needs to specifically target this Merid and this Merid as primary objectives. There's also a 3rd Merid up here where if the player base decides to dismount on this far eastern side, they will also need to be taken care of. They can also destroy this Kajman here, but I don't have any helicopter pilots to take it. I don't intend to use it unless the pilots are there. So actually what I will do, just for the sake of ambience, is I will put...
Again, I was getting briefed from my JTAC on recon.
We'll put some helicopter pilots in the side here. But again, I don't intend for them to be used, so... We'll see how things goes. I also do have some planes in here, which I will, start taking off when crazy shit starts hitting the fan. But otherwise, in all of these bunkers, you have a machine gunner and a GL guy. The GL guy is only going to be able to GL if he gets at a really good angle, but those GLs can't destroy boats unless it is massive amounts of sustained fire. So what I'm hoping the player base does here is they identify where they're supposed to go, which, by the way, this is like the best place to do it. Also, I think these are already destroyed. Yep. So Air is already blowing up the Tigrises. And we got 1 Tigris trying to return fire here, but that's, expected. Yeah, if they hit the boat, they're gonna ragdoll and kill themselves, so... I love how I said that, and even so, they're still doing it, but whatever. I mean, they'll learn, or they won't. I don't know. But anyway, as I was saying, the best position for them to dismount is actually going to be over here, because this is a lot of hard cover, guaranteed. Whether or not they do that is up to them. But again, Air will have to, schwack the local APC here, because that GMG will utterly fuck the boats. And then reinserts are going to have to figure out where the hell they're going to be put. So in the meantime, I'm actually going to set up some far CSAT patrols here. Just to show that I have some defensive lines on other aspects here. Let's give them a warm welcome, shall we? Kind of have those flank defenses here, and you already got Azariah and I think Nimia in a helicopter scouting things out. But as they assault these positions, GMGs off of the boats are going to focus on the bunkers, and on the coast, I do have a lot of hedgehogs and mines down, just to keep it simple. And then these are the Apers dispensed mines. They're the weakest mine that NATO honestly shouldn't, because of their body armor, go down in 1 hit. There are a few guys that don't have vests, though, that could go down in 1 hit from those mines, but there's only like 2 or 3 per squad. So, Op should be okay. And we got a dedicated reinsert pilot. He's with a co-pilot today. That's his choice. But yeah, now I can hear them over net, so... I think I know why. Ground, this is high. I am now hearing you over net. I don't know why I wasn't previously, but should be fine over.
Hi, JTAC. You need to be at least 300 meters off the water, otherwise T4 thinks you're underwater.
That would be it then. Thank you.
Yeah.
I was thinking it was something with the water there, but
Force somewhat, so we don't all die immediately on landing.
it's funny. But yeah, we really gotta hope that air
Because everywhere else is significantly heavily defended.
does this
That is
job
the
here.
Defender position. You can move to where you want, but try and stay close to that. Don't disperse so far away, because then we have to send air to help you, which may move them from more important positions.
So they're thinking that this is a little opening just because I didn't extend the range up to it.
Land where you think you can get your guys in, but
They're gonna be sorely disappointed.
As soon as I call. And if that means going through trench lines and bunkers, well, you better hope your boys can do it on their own.
I really hope air blows these up, because otherwise this is going to be a very messy insert.
Bravo, we can do and support you on the way up.
Hey, ground to high, how much do we want to keep the civilian infrastructure?
Preferably intact, but if enemies are around or garrisoning buildings, you are free to destroy them. Over. Air seemed to focus on the AA threat, and they're also... This is very close for comfort right now. They're also focusing on the Kajmen. And then we've got one squad breaking off to go way north. Oh dear. They did not recon their LZs. And we gotta pray that Delta doesn't hit one of the naval mines going in. Oh. Well, I hope you guys like bloodshed today, because we're probably going to get some in this opening insert. Oh, Jamie, I know. I never hope for anything. I just, you know, give them the answer, and we go from there.
Bravo, we see a bunker on the pier near your LZ.
A firm, if that's the case, we'll divert and land reinforce.
GMG's engaging, so I'm having this thing now pull out. Go figure out what that's about. I'll give them that.
Bravo, Delta's confirming we're going to land with main force. We'll get landing there.
Copy that, Delta. We see a Vic. We're going to peel off and join main landing force too.
Wow, he isn't aggroed yet. I'll turn him around. Alright, either way, let's get some rifle squad spawned in. And they hit the naval mine. And that managed to blow up all of the other naval mines. Oh, that's hilarious. I put them too close together, so it just blew up all the mines. Oh. Oh my god. That just got blown up. I don't know if I would. I think, yeah, by Duelers there with AT.
North by the church.
Oh. Oh, that was great. Ground, this is high. One of your boats drove into the minefield, so they're going to all need reinserts. Over. Actually, no. Ground was in the boat. Oh, my God. Oh, that was absolutely amazing. All right. I got to applaud Ground for that one.
This is Delta. We made landfall, pushing to...
Hot damn. That was great.
Copy that. We're up in the compound.
Oh. I had a feeling, like, they're still going to ignore the minefield, so I spawned them just in case.
Eastern side, covering northeast.
But hey, they at least,
Hey, firm.
they at least prevented other groups from getting blown up, so...
Bunker at church is...
Ah, man, that just kills me. I cannot believe that happened.
Ground, this is Alpha. Permission to take another squad with us northeast and push objective 2.
Delta's good.
Permission granted. We need to take that out so we can safely land air units closer to the field.
Raj, Alpha is going to start pushing northeast. Delta.
I mean, technically, where he is dead, he is in the minefield too, so I am clearly in the right. I was a little worried they would think, hey, because this little snippet wasn't marked in the minefield that they got blown up, they'd still blame me. But no, that one is completely on them. Ah. Oh, that's grand.
Alpha, Delta's going to follow the coast, so we're some bit of cover.
That I just cannot believe.
Delta, Alpha will be trying to stay in defilade. We have audio contact vehicle northwest of us.
Just hit that with the mods. We got a few guys pushing out right here.
Delta, belay last order, goal destroyed.
Alright, we're gonna run all of the teams over to where they are. I'll keep the guys in the fortifications.
We're getting contact from that bunker to our 45. Do you mind suppressing that?
But so far, so good. Alright, we're gonna start taxing these off.
Bravo to ground. Is there any location you want us, or do you want to regroup at objective 2 to the northeast?
We need you guys to...
Why do I manually spawn units instead of using modules from Zen?
So you can land safely.
Just how I prefer to do things.
Enough room for us to land.
Copy that. Mark the compound on map. Be cleared.
Also because I do a lot of custom work, and you can't really... I'm not sure if you can actually do that with Zen and shit, but...
Small, like a squad level force.
Just how I prefer to do things. I just realized this might not be enough runway for me to take off, but hey, we're gonna find out.
Rog, Alpha's gonna break off to the north-northeast to that.
Ooh, yeah, I probably should have adjusted the flaps too, but that's okay. He does have short-range AA, so hopefully those F-18s do stuff. We just had an AA missile go off by the attack helicopter. And now it's another shot going into attack helicopter.
Bravo, I believe we are to your
They just evaded. And there's the punch out. Alright, so there they are landing on the coast. And the pilot got killed. Alright, so otherwise you got these guys fighting against these groups coming up. And why is this... I sent you forever ago. Oh, silly, silly units. That's okay. It's because sometimes they don't like doing it on the first iteration. But yeah, every Zeus has their preference on doing things, so... Who's Alpha's SL? That is a good question. I have not been keeping track, but I know the SLs are Devil, Demon, Giant, and Winterwolf. And we have another SL, which is Spartan Red Sand.
Those are
We
friendly.
just did a little bit of desync in there.
Ground, this is Alpha. We have started assaulting compound.
The AI units don't want to go. Pilots, I still got in here.
Bravo, this or Alpha. This
But no, yeah, you're talking about them. Sometimes the pilots die when they, you know, do a bailout, so...
Sure. We're starting to clear out the building now.
I'm gonna run another fighter pilot over. And then when I gotta keep monitoring on that, because he might take off on his own, because that's a vanilla runway, but it's not a guarantee it's gonna happen.
Alpha, this is Delta. 3 bunkers are clear.
Raj, Delta. Ground, this is Alpha. We have recovered intact Kajman.
Why do you eject so quickly? Yeah. No, exactly. Probably used
thinking,
I understood that reference.
Dead this thing.
Raj,
Commander High, what do we want to do with enemy assets that have been captured intact?
What do you mean by that? Over? I think they're talking about this.
We have captured an enemy Kajman completely intact at that little objective to the northeast.
Completely intact, you say? Over?
Completely intact.
I want to
Roger, I guess det and move on. Over. Not even...
Put a dead block, get back down here.
Not even gonna... Yep. Okay. Okay.
Raj, Bravo, do you want to take care of the debt?
Yep.
Yeah, we set
Sure.
C4 on it.
Sure.
We're dead now.
Raj,
Sniper Wolf, they already drove their boats in a minefield and got ground command and a full squad killed, and it blew up all my other mines because I put them too close together, but let the other squads land in the minefield, and they're doing okay. I think there's a client-side glitch going on right now with the server because they think this is an intact Kajman. air blew up, but I guess didn't render for them properly.
Bravo, this is Delta.
Go for Bravo.
They're doing all right.
Pull squad to northwest of that bunker complex.
Oh, why are you fuckers in the runway?
Copy that, Bravo's engaging.
Well, I've committed.
Right, Bravo, Delta. Alpha is going to start pushing through that little...
Lift!
complex.
Lift!
Microphone, yes.
Ooh, almost hit the tail.
Hey, firm.
Now whatever he does, he does. Who'd I kill?
Raj, thank you.
God, I have you going on the edge of the runway for a reason, you silly goobers. Yeah, I know, they have two F-18s in the air and they're attacking an airfield, but...
This is Delta.
Where does launcher go?
Do we have enemy jets in the air?
If they come from the airbase, they're enemy. If they come from outside, they should be friendly. Should be in the operative word.
Break, we have a jet just did a bypass over our location. Not sure what it's engaging.
Yep, it just shot down the aircraft, helicopters. Now it's strafing against that. Again, I don't know why the plane pilots haven't bombed the tents down yet, so shrug. Now where's that air defense? It's being silly, that's what.
Charlie copies.
So let's get going.
There we go.
Laid all the way in. Alpha Bravo Delta.
Just takes it a second to wake up.
You guys are going to clear it, then come down onto the yellow line.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it another minute, and if that plane isn't taken care of, I mean, they've been focusing on anti-air position. That's actually artillery from the frigates. So someone thought to bomb the hell out of that position, at least. I mean, here's their cap right here. I don't know what they're doing. All right, otherwise these guys are moving into this position. Oh, for the love of God. So sometimes the AI freaks out when there's air assets, so they're all just doing large-scale connects and disconnects, so... That's the improper terminology to use. They're getting in and out of the... they're dismounting, remounting this, thinking it's, you know, unsafe, and... Because it's not to their asset there, then yeah. Well, I mean, so they did a good job. They blew up all the anti-air, but now they're not focusing on a lot of the really important assets that have been required to let the ground forces push in, which is why I gave them those air assets and why they have a pylon change mod, so they can, you know, change it to what they need, but...
Bravo, Delta, this is Alpha.
The issue is if I put Shikras up there for them to dogfight, the Shikras are going to win a 1-to-1 fight, because those things are just ridiculous.
Here, we will start pushing to the town of Madrid.
Raj,
But let's see, I want to fold in this IFV and use it for a long-range attack on anything I see on the hill.
This is Delta, I believe we're moving in right behind you.
Let's go ahead and throw a Merid in as well, another APC. I'm going to spawn in the infantry if it gets close enough, but...
Bravo, this is Alpha. We are not really seeing anything. You and Delta can start pushing towards the town. We're going to break off and go to yellow line now.
Spawn in the third fighter pilot.
This is Bravo to...
I could have sworn I saw them drop a bomb on this, but...
Unsure.
This is Delta all.
That's weird.
We have one platoon-sized element moving from...
So they landed to drop Luxy off. He was still dead in the boat. And now I got CSAT coming in to challenge the infantry's advance.
Roger that, they're coming out to meet us. Everybody get ready.
That'll respawn another 60-second stops. Just gotta make sure you don't delete it, otherwise it breaks the scripting. But yeah, the boats don't respawn. Any reinserts they want to give, they have to do via the transport helicopter. So at least they're giving the transport helicopter a lot of things to work with here.
Anyone up in the hills? Free fire on those guys coming in.
Yeah, so it looks like now they're lasing the Hainers.
Bravo, this is Alpha. We have spotted a squad, enemy squad, 550 meters southwest from our position up on this hill. We're gonna start engaging them.
No, they're moving away from them.
Copy that.
So yeah, they just did some laser-guided ordnance there, but they did it on the wrong Hainer. I think something weird's going on. I think people are seeing vehicles client side instead of server side. I would explain a few things, but I've never... No, I have seen that type of issue before. But that's really rare. Yeah, they bombed the airfield, but again, I think they're looking at the wrong stuff because they're seeing things that they shouldn't be seeing because it's just not properly syncing with their clients. And that's, again, just a very rare... I don't even know if that issue is specifically mission side or not.
Coming from town, what's it?
Yep, so they're immediately locking me as I'm taking off. They just try to put a GBU on it? Because I could have sworn I just saw a bomb. But yeah, okay. There we go.
Delta, this is Alpha. We got a little Mascaz.
So now we have Cap doing their job. That was the last bird. I'll throw in another plane or two in a bit, but now I'm going to be a bit harsh with my IFE here.
Right, we got engaged by the Marid, 900 meters inside, mouth into town.
Oh shit, no, they disabled the turret. Good shot.
Copy that. Charlie, what's your status?
So I'll have them turn out for a second. I don't mean to have them turn out. It's the wrong combo. Yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this guy back because I have an R&R position right here. I say R&R. It's meant to be triple R. It's the vehicle's R&R. It's where they can relax. But we need to get that turret back online to use it. So now watch this. Really easy way when you do when you know you have infantry in internal groups.
Ground, this is
Which just
Alpha.
got
We have
smacked.
reports of enemy vehicles coming down main road.
Roger that.
Is I can just spawn them off yonder. You do an assault squad too.
Already done.
You can put them in. And that is about to be hit with AT, and yeah, they're all dead. That was, yep, the plane. All right, so now the planes are picking up their game. They've just been too focused on, I guess, dealing with AA threats.
We are starting to engage enemy foot mobiles exiting the town to the northeast.
This guy, I'm gonna have to run to High Hal. I just heard some sort of guided shot here. That might have been my anti-air defense team. Yep, they're firing at the F-18.
Ground copies.
As F-18 does evasive measures.
All units up on the hills. Once we enter town and we start combat, you guys are clear to move up and join us.
This I literally tested. I got on the server, I blew up all the Vics, I moved them into the water.
Town, we are now in artillery range. The hammers will be able to hit. So if you hear me saying artillery incoming, you get the fuck down because we're not stopping for you.
Charlie copies.
Because I do think there is something wonky on the server right now with how everything's going. I don't know what it is, but there is a very... How do I put it? There is a very rare possibility in Arma 3 where when someone dies... not dies, how do I put it? Sorry, I saw that happen. Yeah, thing's okay. Medic bug... Medic bug for the client. I can't do anything about that. But anyway, There's a very rare bug in Arma 3 in any mission file where if someone joins and they have a really weird ping, it can throw the entire server off. That's why you never see me do a 5-second respawn timer in TSP. It's always a 10-second respawn timer because sometimes Andrew's internet got so bad back in the day where it would completely break the respawn system because his desync was greater than 5 seconds periodically. So he wouldn't be able to spawn. So...
Delta, whenever you want to push up,
shrug.
Alpha will follow you.
Thanks, Wolf. Hope your op went well yesterday as well.
This is Bravo. We're gonna push towards that burning wreck and then enter the town from in that general area.
I told you to run, like, forever ago. I don't know why you're not running. It's fine, I can just delete them. I wanted a little bit of ambience right there, but... yeah, he's just sticking around. Alright, otherwise they are moving to that position here. What do I have on my Control Shift V roster here? Perfect. And I'm thinking about giving it an escort thing this time. AA firing again. That actually hit Skelly there.
Engaged by autocannon, I believe.
They're not doing recon that far ahead, so I can push that up. Have this thing adjust around them.
This is Delta. We're moving to the town now.
It is reset. Don't worry. I mean, they even just called up that they were being engaged by it. It did just snipe their medic as well. Maz is trying to find a shot on it, and air hits it instead. Nice. Got these AA guys just chilling back here. Looks like Joe's gonna deploy him instead of him wanting a TP back. It's fine. It's kind of their choice. I don't care. But yeah, let me, I'll do my best to start interacting a bit more with chat. Just been busy trying to figure out, you know, why that weird issue was happening, which, you know, Arma, it's a sandbox. It doesn't have a 100% guaranteed this is gonna work, even if you tested it 20 times. And I've been a victim of that, and I've also seen it happen to other mission makers. I mean, it happened with Sparky's Viper mission last week. The best you can do is have some backups, play this game for a very long time so you know what to do in case XYZ happens. Always have, you know, follow your contingency plans and hope for the best.
The town from the northwest.
Hey, Crazy Ghost, I love Arma too, man.
If not, get positioned.
Zeusing for 4 years.
Right, we are waiting.
Crossed at least 3 dozen player bases. Every aspect I've seen.
This is Bravo to...
So I have a script for Vanilla that adds people in, but
use them right now.
just so I can put them in. But that is the other group. Actually, that's a new guy. So that squad, that was Winter Wolf's voice. He's calling for another medic to come and help him. And Air just did a gun run. That was Skelly.
You've got both my 2 medic and 2 OC there.
These guys have to be out of ammo if they're not engaging, which makes sense because they only have... oh, well, no, this guy's just an idiot. Okay, well, I stand corrected. Yeah, he's just looking at the ground. I mean, it's hard to do AA when your AI is just looking at the ground going, ooh, a pretty rock. He's out of my lock range. But he's about to come in. Nope, he's doing a wide turn. The best time to fire AA at planes is when they're directly coming at you because it's very difficult for them, especially when they're close by, to do an evasive action. Ooh la la. Don't you love it when they hover? Because then they have to panic flare to try to get away and then lower themselves. Sometimes they're able to do it. Sometimes that's not the case. And even then, yep, you still hit and then freestyle's going around.
Ground, this is Alpha. We are about...
Hovering in helicopters is bad. You always want to be swaying a little bit to the left or right. Let's see, that went down 252, so 254.30. I will respawn that and put it down.
Yes, this is Delta and Alpha are following the black line in from the northeast side of town.
Oh my gosh, these chuckleheads cannot do dismounts properly. Which is fine, I think that's because Air keeps provoking them, so.
Exactly where we killed in.
Now, I do have 2 defensive tanks to send up. And I am going to just occasionally bring in some infantry. But for these public ops, again, I want them to be, you know, hour and a half tops. I want them to be a little quicker. Because, again, I am seriously considering scrapping public ops to instead favor, like a once-a-month massive operation open to, you know, multiple communities. And that would help with TSP's outreach. Because we don't have the best reputation for a large amount of reasons. And I do want to try and fix that best I can. And they're still getting back in the truck because the dismount didn't ever... Okay. I hate to do it, but I gotta do a quick admin thing right there. That stops them from getting in their loop of trying to get back into the vehicle. And I can also go at... I won't ungarrison that group just yet. But something weird happened in this mission, that's all I can say.
Building by building, block by block.
So I'll give it another 30 seconds and I'll put it down. And yeah, I mean, they're still doing their job. I mean, we just had 2 people go down by this medic, cheekily hiding in this bush.
You done as well?
Now he's shooting up at that. No, he's shooting up at guys over here. The things are still going. So I've been through 2 6-hour PvP sessions. Honestly, for the first few, I wouldn't make it 6 hours because, you know, starting bold like that is a really bad idea, especially the limitations of Zeus itself.
Alpha copies.
What I'd rather do is probably like a 4-hour session to begin. That bomb was way off. I think the Lays was moving around as he was trying to lock it. So yeah, Skelly's trying to take out some of these tanks that I have hidden in the tree lines here before the player base gets to him. But I think it would be an interesting thing to maneuver on. What's the mod set going to be for that? Probably at the level of TSB main. So it'll be a big, juicy mod set. But I'll probably cut out a few things from it, because for a large event like that, one of the biggest things you got to be worried about is optimizing the mod set as best you can.
Delta RP, we're going to start pushing northwest and clear that side of town.
Excuse me.
Charlie taking the southwestern side of town.
Alright, so I want to bring in a far air defense team
Bravo's gonna basically push right through middle.
to come onto the airfield to add some more man pads. Because the other group is pretty much dry. It is about 55-30, so let's go ahead. It's actually a little past that. Gotta manually time it, because again, respawn breaks, which is a shame. I'm not gonna lie, respawn actually doesn't break as often for me as other things would.
Ground, this is Alpha. We are going to move with Delta, clear out the northwest section, or the northeast section of town.
Alright, I think by now I can do an ungarrison command.
Just be ready to move to where you need it if you're being called in.
And fold all these units to come in from various angles here. I could do a retreat as well, but... yeah. Bomb was just dropped on that tank. I am going to have it pull out of the AO. Actually, it doesn't have a driver, so... I forgot I ripped out the drivers because I don't want them driving around manually. I don't want to deal with fuel because I was going to do a different R&R system, but I went against it last second. Do I still do PvP plus EOps? Yes, but they are very, very rare. I haven't done one in a long while, actually. I am due to do another one soon-ish, but it's a TBA Monday concept. They just put another bomb. Oh, they cluster bombed it. Cute. But I'm also thinking, you know, maybe the, if the monthly ops do well, I might have one of those things dedicated for larger groups. But the balancing on those has to be very, very strict, because otherwise, crazy things happen. Does anyone ever do the big Clone Wars battles anymore? I think your best bet would be Serenzic's channel, as much as I hate to advertise that guy, because of all the inappropriate things he's done.
All squads start pushing southwest.
He would be your best bet in the 101st, because I know he went over there. Because I know the 501st is on the decline.
Alpha
About
copies,
time.
we'll move southwest.
But
Bravo, copy.
Star Sim is a dying concept right now, because all the really inappropriate things they did back in the day are finally catching up with them.
Charlie's moving.
But that's really the only thing I can think of right now. But the 101st, I mean, it's basically what the 501st should have been in the first place, and they've been doing pretty well. They've got all the right, but this is just like an outsider's perspective. I don't know, because I haven't put my head in that door, and I have no intention to. But from what I've been told by people in the 101st, they're doing pretty okay for themselves. So that's where I would go. And again, much as I don't like people, I will do my best to make sure you find what you're looking for. So I put an on-garrison module on this guy. Didn't mean to do that because this guy has a different garrison system that was built in through the editor, so how you break him off of that, at least for the system I use, is you RC the squad leader, and then you can, that breaks off everyone from this system. Now, his pathing is going to be a little busted because he's in the water, so all I'm going to do is just adjust those units. Air's not going to be looking over here, so it's fine, and that at least puts him on ground, so now the AI can start calculating things.
Ground, this is Alpha. We have regrouped at Delta RP point.
Oh, does he not? Alright, that's changed then, because he used to do, he used to be a little more
This is
active on it. In which case, I don't know what to tell you then. I would look up the 101st, see if you can find any names corresponding with any streamers, and go from there.
Ground, permission to push with Delta and assault.
That's all I can tell you.
Airfield.
See, in my opinion, Star Sims are a really cool concept. It's just they add so much drama and bureaucracy to it that it completely kills the idea. But large-scale, like, any large-scale Star Wars op is badass.
Alpha, Delta, you want to move with Alpha?
Now, again, that's just my opinion.
Follow black line.
So, you're free to do whatever you want.
Can follow black line.
Yeah.
Delta, you go first. Alpha will cover you.
It's your time on the internet. Spend it however you feel like.
If
you're not having fun in an op, you should leave. Yet there's communities out there that ban you if you do that, which I find is hilarious. So right now we're just doing a little bit of body cleanup here. I also like to call it body deletion duty. Usually I'm a lot quicker to do it in modded stuff, but vanilla, it doesn't really matter because my server is a beast for this type of stuff. And then when you have a small mod set, I mean, it can process everything really quickly. Hey, Don, how you doing? Yeah, no, Squad has a Star Wars mod. It gives you another reason to go play Squad. I need to try it one day, but I've just been too busy with,
Must explode, at which point tell me.
all this other crazy stuff. Yeah, so T-100's engaged from the front. That's actually where they're armored the most, so it takes a lot of rockets to kill it. So they just put like 4 AGMs on that thing. And the cluster bomb on it, which is weird, but...
Alpha will hold until cluster munitions hit, and we'll bounce up to you.
Granted, JTAC, good stripes. I'm seeing the cook-off from here.
You never want to do a cluster bomb on an armored vehicle, because it's not going to do anything.
Delta, this is Alpha pushing up.
Hey, firm.
But yeah, it wasn't the airstrike that killed it, it was the 4 AA things from...
Hi, JTech.
This is high, send traffic.
One of my planes is saying that they have their vehicle parked inside of the repair vehicle.
Again, because the script isn't behaving properly. This is high, I just did it for him. Again, the script is misbehaving. It's supposed to be an area of effect, but instead it's direct, so I just adjusted it. Over.
Oh, good, thank you.
Oh shit, that's a dim.
The AI are very interesting. Yeah, they're putting AT into this Vic, not realize it's disabled. It had a fuel leak, so it's cut on fuel.
Delta, this is Alpha. We have eyes on.
There's the air defense team firing up, I believe, at Iceberg. So he's doing a rough cut down to avoid. He knows what he's doing to do stuff like that. Looks like they blew up the other thing, so. I got the crew running away.
Delta, you can...
Yeah, squad is all PvP. Yep. And again, I will admit, PvP is not really my cup of tea, which is why I don't really play squad, but... I just prefer to have a more chill time. This is eyes on message. Oh, hold up.
No. So, can you help me deal with this potential child issue?
Can you say again? I went over to Skelly immediately and forgot about the radios over water thing. Over.
Check. Can you move him a bit? He's a little bit too deep.
Affirm. It's because we don't have any good mods that are good for, like, towing helicopter, planes and helicopters away from something when they get, you know, too close. Frost is down. He's far away from his group. We actually have a really nasty concave going here. Air is now doing a really good job of sweeping 4 vehicle threats coming in. But we have a really nasty concave with these AI coming in on their southern flank. So they've got a very nasty issue coming. We got this squad right here as well. And then I got the air defense team. I'm going to move them back on reserve a little bit. These guys, I'm actually going to move up to that forest over there by that building. And you got some of these guys now firing into the line over here, but no one's taking damage. You got one guy running up to go cover Frost. There's actually 2 different models of the F-18. There's the stealth model and the regular model. The stealth model doesn't have any ground attack pylons. It only is an AA thing. So if I want them to do ground attack, then they have to do... I'd have to switch it out for like a Warthog, which is the only other vanilla Blue 4 Vic, but that thing can't land in... it can take off from a carrier if you finagle it, but if... you can't land it on a helicopter. Excuse me, on an aircraft carrier.
Raj, do you want Alpha start pushing?
Brain's a mess right now when I'm doing multitasking, so. I always thought I'd get better at it. I never got better at it.
Right. Be advised, Bravo 2.
Samuel just got shot for dragging someone.
Marking on map.
So yeah, basically how this happened was all the AI squads I was spawning, air causes AI squads to slow down on their movement. So they'll start, like, compounding on each other, like, potentially because, you know, squads will get slowed down. Other squads won't slow down yet because they haven't encountered the air assets. So you might have a grouping happen, which is exactly what this is, and now ground's having a really tough time attacking. So what they need to do is either have an airstrike come in with a cluster bomb or 2, or have their attack helicopter come in. But they need air support to hit this position. All the squad leaders have colored smokes, both throwable and GL, 3GL based. So they can call in airstrikes and have air just eyeball it, and then commands. JTAC has a laser designator and a copy of laser designator batteries. And now these guys are pushing away from the Mascaz into a squad in an open area. You got an airstrike coming to support, but that gun is not really good for airstrikes. It's more of an anti-vehicle and other aircraft weapon, so it's not going to be too effective with that. You'd want an A-10 for something like that, but hey, at least the reinsert bird is going to have another batch of reinserts to do here, so hot damn. This is, so when I say vanilla D-Day in the title, it means we're just doing a vanilla D-Day here. Splitter DCs, he usually has internet troubles though, so he might be back. But I can also understand being caught in this position. Okay.
Charlie 50, check.
Good check, Charlie.
Yeah, most of Charlie got wiped, so...
He has a medic with him, so...
The small one, sorry.
I'll TP up Karn for that, because once in a while, again, scripts break. So you gotta be able to do things on a case-by-case basis. Also, yeah, they do have artillery that they could call in.
Smoke. We got a bunch of guys down.
He says that we are healing right now.
If you can, so you're...
Ooh, you don't want to fuck with that tab. Players. Teleport him right where he died. So air is... This is what's bugging me. Air's focusing on this. When in reality, they should be focusing on, you know, where other groups are getting absolutely fucked here. So, if anything, the bombing of these buildings is gonna... I'm gonna ungarrison these guys and just throw them into the fray at this point, because they're still combat effective. And they think it's the ground infantry calling in those strikes. So they're gonna go deal with the potential threat. Oh!
Whereabouts is your mask, guys?
Winterwolf is an SL. I don't know what that was just about.
Bravo, Charlie, JTEC. Requesting green smoke on friendly Peninsula.
I think Winter's Wolf is the guy that also threw the grenade in the water while I was briefing. So I don't think that was malicious. I think that was just... He needs to rebind his grenade tab to double G, because he has a tendency to
Our medic is still
do the touch. I'm going to set these guys to careless hold fire so air doesn't freak them out.
Bravo, Charlie, what's your sit rep?
And I'm gonna go ahead and spawn in some T-100s. A pair of MBTs to come in.
Bravo, Charlie, sit rep.
Charlie's currently, well, waiting to come back.
Because Air's focusing on the stuff on the ground. So yeah, meanwhile, these guys are gonna come sweep upwards. I could also break them all apart to have them move quicker, but I am digging the more tactical functions here because it helps extend the firefight. I only rush when I need to. So I gotta execute Louis here. Oh, madame!
The timing. Damn it, Liru.
Fucking cartwheel there. They were basically all third-person camera and watching when he would come inside. So I will RC to correct AI behavior. How do you miss clicking G? Some people, when we went to from Arma 2 to Arma 3, I wasn't part of this transition. This is just a story, by the way. Since G was for gear... Yeah, something's borked about that. I don't know why it's not doing the proximity-based. Because in testing it was, but again, I think just someone did, like, something's weird on the server right now. But it's weird because I tested all this like an hour before. Now you're having the airstrike starting to come in. That's actually Azariah, I think, doing things from range. They're doing their best, but it is not enough. We got the tanks coming in, got more infantry coming in. This is definitely being a tough fight, and ground's going to have to get reinserts coming, and that's going to be tough to do at this airfield because there is man pads in this AO. Whether or not they still have ammo or not is another question, but... They are... The infantry's at less than, I want to say, 33% effectiveness based off of the fact I'm only seeing one squad here. Yeah, there's a lot of button changes from the Arma 2 to Arma 3 interface, and that messed with a lot of people because the inventory change button turned into your grenade button. So, fun facts. Still room for the players here, but this is messy. This is a very, very messy situation right now, and there is more man pads coming in to focus on the planes.
Alpha has been fucked. We are about halfway across the airfield.
Here, I'm gonna have him dismount right here instead.
Can you mark your
because that's going to be a bit too much to drive, so coming from that other direction will work. So I just bombed a T-100 coming in. And again, I have these come in because, you know, it gives air additional things to do to help cover the infantry. So yeah, these guys, I just want to go off-road here.
Position marked with Alpha. We'll have casualties more or less more north to us.
Copy that. We just had roughly 2 squads land.
Alright, so they're calling in the fact that they just had a large amount of dudes land as QRF here.
Yeah, or if you're in there and you can pull out. If not, hunker down until we can get in there to reinforce you.
And they got the other
We
vehicle.
have a hole here, and thankfully I'm the medic, so I can keep the one guy with me up.
So yeah, usually air also puts their lasers on so you can see where they're looking, so it really helps you figure out where their positions are, so it helps me, you know, spawn stuff at angles that they're not looking at, but I still do it from far away, because it helps simulate air finding targets.
Artillery strikes.
That was sexy. Alright, so air is doing a good job here. Another AA missile coming in. Air, again, doing their best to evade these. Ice doing another quick low cut. How is it at full health? I don't know what to say. Yeah. Yeah. The British way to land a plane, I guess. I don't know.
Ground Alpha and Delta, how are you guys?
Alright, let's start wrapping it up here. I'm gonna ungarrison this group, have them start running back.
Let's see it sound again.
Everyone on the centers died. Reinserts are starting to come in. You got the medics working overtime here to keep people alive and healthy.
Hunker in. We're gonna try and give you some relief.
I'm speechless.
You on net or you're all gone?
I'm just genuinely impressed. Are they gonna try to tow it? No, he's gonna demo it. I don't know. I would love to see how Skelly did that one. Welcome to TSB, where stuff like that is actually really, really common. Because all of the errors in Arma 3 are very, very rare, but when you compound so many quote-unquote rare errors together, it becomes common practice to see at least a few every fucking week.
Is it inbound on our location?
So a lot of guys just ran into the same place that they were taking contact from and just got oofed. I'm just gonna end key it, because the demo thing went off, its health's not going down. And I never... This is perplexing me. Because we repaired Skelly's plane, and we saw it damaged. So it wasn't set to invincible. So how did it...
We're getting pushed harder.
How did it become invincible?
This is remnants of Bravo. We're pushing a bit farther to southeast.
Skelly's not the type to pull bullshit scripting like that. If it was Grizzly, I would question it.
Or you're gonna get hit with HE.
But I think something between the server and my Zeus interface is just being wonky with some of the vehicles, which is, you know, can also attest to why not everyone saw that destroyed Kajman being destroyed. So I think it's just a really weird disconnect between the Zeus interface and my client. That's one of the hidden issues you'll sometimes see with if you pre-build your AOs. Again, it's rare, but it happens. You just gotta be careful. Now Artie's landing danger close to units over here.
Charlie, SL to Ghost Hawk, you have, I don't know, maybe a squad and a half.
So, I don't know. I don't know. Welcome to Arma 3.
To ground, we remarked our location on map. If you see any of our guys, send them our way.
Roger that, stay indoors. You're gonna have a couple of HE rounds going into the forest near you.
Copy that.
So they're calling Artie. I'm really surprised they haven't done any VLS strikes yet. I was expecting a lot more VLS use on this airfield, to especially take out the planes, but the infantry wanted to, you know, go right after receiving the brief, when in reality they should have waited another few minutes and opened up with some cruise missile strikes. Recon is very important. Also, theoretically, they could have, like, done a VLS strike in the minefield and blown up the mines with that. It's cheesy, but it would work.
Be advised, all HE out 80 seconds until last flash.
I disagree. As long as you have the laser, the VLS literally will track right onto the laser. The only times it doesn't go exactly on that position is because of how the script works. If you have the VLS system on a fairly high or low point of elevation and you're attacking a really... Why? So the script is working. It just doesn't want to work for the fucking attack helicopter. I give it.
Go ahead, Delta.
I give it.
We are under hard contact, just back from our...
I guess the sync wasn't working, but then again, this all worked when I went on the server like an hour before we started this mission just to do my little final checklist to make sure everything in the mission, like vehicle respawns, medical respawns, because it's a scripted medical system, like all of that works. I make sure.
Be advised, JTAC is currently...
Because I don't want to give someone a mission where it's busted.
Off your position until we can get in contact.
But just screw me, I guess.
Just hunker down.
Hey, firm.
Just screw me.
Majority of Charlie is currently resetting.
Lavadee, lavadoo. Again, this goes to my previous rant from, like, what, 45 minutes ago? You have to have contingency plans for everything and know how to fix things on the fly, because Arma will test you. And the only way to really do that is with experience. But let's see. These guys killed a lot of dudes. That's because the medics were working on overtime. They have to be running low on FAKs now, though. Most of the reinserts got screwed. We got 3 guys coming around over here. But I can only imagine this is another full helicopter of dudes being deployed. And we still have a lot of guys back here. And I have a feeling, in feedback, I'm probably going to get some complaints about how the reinsert chopper wasn't big enough. But the reality is, their tactics weren't just good enough. Ooh, that actually sounded a little snarky right there. Look at this Chad, he's stuck in a building. I think this is the guy I used to execute the last guy.
Charlie, the ground, we're going to hold...
So I would say this is a Pyrrhic victory.
While we get reinserted, because we're waiting for 2 more critical members.
Yeah, now we got all these guys up here from the other coastal defenses. This is all machine gunners and grenadiers, so that's a very nasty group to deal with. And again, I'm just spawning some FAR groups because they're realizing, hey, if we push vehicles in, they're going to get murdered by their air defense. So another thing I'm going to do is
we're just trying to clear out the stragglers.
put a long-range Neofron to come into this AO.
This is Bravo, we are pushing to the head.
Test the CAP's capability.
Roger that, Bravo, push in nice and hard, try and take the pressure off. Charlie, are you actually in town or are you in the airfield itself?
So by the way, guys, in about an hour, 15 minutes, I have a second op plan for T3s and vets. It is just meant to be, it is a one-life op, but it's one of those open arsenal, they can have fun with it sort of thing. And then I'll be building the AO as they arsenal up, which I probably won't stream that part, but just saying, it exists.
Delta, this is ground.
Oh, D-Day has worse casualty rates than this, but the attack on the airfield really fell apart because they did a pincer maneuver on a main objective, and that never really works too well. Meanwhile, that three-man group is now spearheading, and they don't have a medic, so if they get shot dead, they're not gonna... That's not gonna work too well. Then again, air here, I mean, this is the last round of Vics that are being deployed.
Units, you are free to take enemy AT, nothing else.
Send in goats. Why, though? I mean, it's ground's call, don't get me wrong, but there hasn't really been a need to take enemy AT because air's been doing a really good job of screening in this second half. Why are you... You're defend-only bugged, aren't you? Because of the other air assets. No, you're not.
When they able, we need resupply for infantry.
Yeah, hold your position, we're almost done. You can push when you meet up with them.
Yeah, so sometimes you just gotta fly your planes manually in the AO. Oh, shit. Well, at least Cap is doing their job. So he's probably a dead man. While the other plane does cast.
Bravo to air who just made that last strike. Good hits, good hits.
Now, do I have any man-pad guys left with ammo? And I think the answer there is no. And there's the punch-out of my AA plane. Yep.
AirSats, this Bravo requesting immediately.
It's really AA, but... This group is probably going to be in a lot of trouble, and they do have a commander-level staff that I believe is Holy Light.
Pure goes.
Yeah, I can go ahead and delete that guy. So that's good. That is Cap doing their job, as they should have been all night, but... Again, the one mistake they made, in my opinion, is they jumped the gun on the boat landing, had a casualty on the boat landing. It did clear the rest of the mines, which I find hilarious, but... not hitting the planes while they were in the hangars, but I'm not going to fault them for anything because the server was doing wonky stuff, and you can't really judge people when, you know, the server's not even behaving properly, so...
Alpha back on the ground.
Say okay. But Danny D, thanks so much for the Twitch Prime sub, my man. I hope you keep enjoying the operations, and I hope you're getting a kick out of this. I think this is going to be my last infantry in here at this point. This group might not even come in on time. I'll try to sprint them, but... I think they're going to be out of position here. Air needs a challenge? No, because the Shikras will always outperform the F-18s. Because if you have CSAT assets 1v1 any NATO assets, the AI will be better. That's true with tanks DLC stuff, and that's true with
Update your ground.
Jets DLC stuff.
Anyone at the red smoke?
Negative, hold retail.
Cool. Cleared hot for bombs on red smoke.
Yep, so now this group is getting attacked. Again, these are all the dismounts from the bunker line, so 1 machine gunner, 1 grenadier, multiplied by 8 right there, give or take. I do like how some of these guys stayed. I think that's because they got glitched out and stuck because I gave them an ungarrison order, but they're still in this wreckage here fighting. We do have some good pilots, but the AI are programmed to engage at longer ranges than those Vics can detect. So all they'll get is a random warning about it, and then, yeah, I don't want to take any risks, because more often than not, when I send those assets against F-18s, the F-18s get fucked. So, again, I know it's hard to believe, but I try to be a fair Zeus. As much as people want to claim otherwise. It's another cluster bomb. See, this is nice, though, because we, Hold up. We have mine detectors in all the squads, so cluster bombs aren't going to be an issue.
Ground Delta.
Because they can still detect any unexploded munitions.
Was that cluster munitions?
This is JTAC, that was cluster munitions. Don't walk around that place anymore, thank you.
Affirm.
Hey, ground, this is Alpha.
Yep.
Right, we are at the southern gas station.
Ooh, gosh, Frost just got double tapped there. Karn's now running up.
He's down the south,
and gets the kill.
East Western Road.
Yeah, no, this is the beginning of the end, though. Oh, shit, they actually had the chopper come in and do some minigun runs on the 134. Nice.
Once he's done, push in. This is ground to Bravo. What I need you to do is I need to get you to the northeastern buildings and give support fire. Delta and ground.
Oh, no, I agree with what Air did in the opening shot. They immediately took out the AA site. That's smart, because without doing that, that limits how close they can get to other objectives. It's just after they did that, they took out a Kajman, which again, was smart, but they left all the ground vehicles up, and they left the planes up for too long. They also focused on a short-range AA site that they could fire, which again, I get it. It's just the pilots, the rest of the force needed to wait another few moments. And now they're picking up HE rockets and using them against my infantry. So I have an unspoken rule about that. If they start using it against me, I will start using it against them. So hell, there's the guy that's doing it.
Move away from the red smoke, it's about to get bad.
Is it a gun run?
Move away from the red smoke, simple, thank you.
If you want to pick it up and use it against me, I'll pick it up and use it against you.
We are pinned behind some trucks.
Did they drop more cluster bombs on it?
I am requesting a gun run on red smoke.
Alright, these guys I'm just gonna delete because they're not gonna get there in time.
There's no more people firing at me, so it worked out.
It worked! Because it's nice to see those close cluster bombs, though. Because again, the guns on the F-18s are not like the A-10s there.
Don't do it, it got clustered.
Well, move nearby. Engineers or...
Alright, let's see what we get for UXOs here.
Be advised.
It's lost about an hour of combat.
Are many mines or cluster munitions?
Yeah, but we can at least see where they are so we can dance around them.
Honestly, guys,
Ground, this is Alpha.
So great.
We're starting to move from Alpha Pause to Hangar Mark.
They can also just look where they're going, but that's going to be harder in the debris.
Move around the northwest.
Now, if I was a really big jerk, I could spawn in some extras, but nah.
So, Bravo, if you can hold where you are. If not,
They've been good at screwing with themselves in this setting already. But now, if I want to continue this campaign, I have this airbase to work with. We can get some A-10s in the AO, and we can just continue going up. And this is just buying me time to slowly prep the syndicate campaign in the background.
Once we get around and we confirm everybody's dead, we may actually have completed this objective. And the other two ones we didn't hit were artillery to hill.
Yeah, and I gotta replace my mouse because when you right-click, it doesn't always register the click coming off, so it does a zoom in back and forth thing, so. Say okay. What's the percentage of UXOs spawning from clusters? It greatly depends. Usually it's about, I want to say 15%, so a handful, like 2 or 3 per bomb.
Delta, this is Bravo. We're at the south.
Yeah, no, this got clustered by some fuckwit, so...
Yeah, just fall back to the corner. Do not head north. Do not head north. Alright.
Yeah, so they are saying that there's mines.
You can drop them. There it is. I can't mark it. I can't mark it. It's right in front. not going in front of me.
Yeah, here it is.
Hi, we have at this time killed everything around the airbase.
This is high. Roger. Break. Be advised, based off of the results of the AO, we will be sending in demining teams to begin prepping up the airfield to use in the future. Over.
Okay, do you want us to do anything else, or are we good here?
For now, hold a perimeter here and stand by for index. Over.
Roger that. All ground units, hold perimeter. Index has been called. Also, don't move too far. We have multiple demining teams coming to clean up our bullshit.
So yeah, both of those things got wrecked. We got 3 hangars there, and yeah, I can just build it on top. Oh.
I turned my engine off at the last second.
Give me a quick second.
Lo and behold, a helicopter does not enjoy you falling at 50 meters a second.
Skelly, you absolute fucking wanker.
Thanks for the patient.
If you rearrange Skelly, it gets iceberg. And that's just the region.
No, those were UXOs.
Yeah, that was yep.
Stepped on one.
So again, a reminder: don't fire at index. Also, don't step on UXOs at index, but you can't see at that point. So overall, it went really well. Could have been a lot better. You guys didn't do a lot of recon going in. You let the air assets do some recon. They started going down their checklist of hitting air assets. Then the greatest threat, which was a Kajman close by. And then as they were dealing with that, boats came in. I told you there was a minefield. You went anyway. You lost the 4th of your force, including your command team, which I thought was funny. Then you cleared out one of the side objectives and then started going to the main objective. Things were going okay. Air started engaging armored assets as they were coming into the AO. Again, going through their checklist. And you guys at the airfield decided to do a force split, and it fucked you royally. Reinserts finally came in because, again, I have a limited space in that chopper. It's not designed to reinsert the entire force. It's designed to reinsert 1 or 2 dudes that just happened to bleed out. And the timer running out. So that was interesting to watch. But otherwise, you had cluster bomb strikes come in to deal with the infantry. Don't be afraid to tell ground or 2IC or JTAC to, get their drone terminal out and start VLSing or artillery striking things when you're getting surrounded. Or just yell at air to bomb this, and eventually we got into the habit of that with cluster munitions, which was nice to see, especially the danger close runs. But you eventually bashed your head against the wall enough to kill all the CSAT guys and take the field. I'll probably be continuing this campaign until I'm done with the new Syndicate campaign, because I got bored of FIA. But otherwise, yeah, and there's a few other things that might happen after Syndicate, but we'll get there when we get there. Ground, go ahead.
Okay, first and foremost, when there is a clear and present minefield put on map, please don't drive into it. Even if it's in the water, it will still blow you up, which happened because we lost an entire squad and 3 members of the ground squad because we drove straight into a naval mine.
I was trying to say 10 left, but yeah.
Okay, so yeah, apart from that, squad leaders did well to keep their boys moving. I more or less just told Holy that air can do whatever they need to. Malin had free range over every single piece of artillery we had at base. The only thing we couldn't use was the VLS because they needed lock-on or laser. Otherwise than that, everyone did well. Did have that force split, which I wasn't expecting you guys to perform that, but oh well, things happen. So we sat there, pushed through what we could, bashed our head against the wall, and did what we could. So yeah, well done. Malin, do you want to say anything? Then JTAC?
Nah, I got nothing. I just shot a bunch of stuff. I didn't really even do any 2ICing, to be honest. Just kind of did the thing.
I'll wait until after Delta.
All right, Alpha, go ahead.
Right. The reason we mass cast was that was my fault. As soon as I learned that we were not supported by another squad, I probably should have just not pushed us, but I was focused on just getting us moving to another building. So apologies for that, Alpha. Overall, I think communication was pretty good in the squad and over net as well. Delta, great working with you. I think that's about it.
This is Bravo. First and foremost, I want to apologize for the guys back at base. My bad, I'm not used to setting up a grenade key, so when I used the key when I was using a map, I think I naded 3 people when I was in map. Or 2 people, I'm not sure how many. And
that's brilliant.
Anyways, Bravo moved in. We're just gonna land more southern of the entire group and push in from there. But there was a IFV sitting on the dock along with a couple bunkers, so we thought that would be a no, and regrouped with them, pushing up to the compound where church was. We assisted Alpha Bravo, kept pushing up with them. Got mass cast when we saw to the airfield. Everything else before that was pretty fine. Went in with Charlie on our left. When Charlie pushed to us, they got shot up by the guys assaulting us. And when we went to go grab them with a couple guys, we were getting shot up because the smoke and we sat down was ending. And I just want to ask, what's any other squads? Did anyone else hear my 2IC when he was announcing the Charlie and Bravo mass cast?
I did.
Yeah, Alpha did, but we were a little far.
Okay, yeah. I just was curious because no one acknowledged it, and I think you guys were still pushing up when your left flank collapsed. But other than that, Bravo did fine.
Charlie?
Yeah, I'm going to say, sorry, I am no good at squad leading, and I haven't been here for 2 months, so yeah, sorry about being a bad squad lead. And the whole reason that we collapsed on the airfield is because we were unaware that there was an entire field full of infantry to our left. And then we sort of got hung out to dry because there was no cover for anywhere. And yeah, other than that, I reckon we did pretty well apart from, clearing a minefield with our bodies. A lot of shootout. And when we did get engaged, we couldn't see them. And they were just shooting us through grass and such, but, armor. But yeah, so, good job. Sorry, I was a bad squad lead. Delta?
Delta did very well, I thought. For a start, we worked with Alpha, supported them, both of us moving together, did well clearing the town and those 2 side objectives. Airfield got bogged down a small bit, got split off. We had a properly hard firefight where we guys go down, but we managed to pull back and luckily didn't lose anyone. And yeah, everyone I think did very well in my squad. Comms were good. Whoever's next.
JTAC?
Was there an echo?
No, go ahead, JTAC.
All right. JTAC, I had a very excellent selection of pilots today, so thank you very much. We don't normally have basically the A team for pilots, but we got it, so thank you. Overall, I cleared pretty much everything as a Type 3 mission, so that means I couldn't see the target, I couldn't see the plane coming in, but I don't think we had a single friendly fire incident, even with multiple danger close call-ins, so congratulations. It was really good communication as far as I could tell. Not much else to say. I didn't do a lot of lasing targets, but it's whatever when everyone has, their own set of optics and pods. But yeah, no, it doesn't. I don't think we killed any friendlies, and we pretty much decimated any vehicles that tried to intercept our friendly forces in QRF. So did great. Thank you guys so much. Redbird, will you start off?
Well, so real quick before pilots go, I do want to apologize for 2 things. 1, don't know why the R&R is being wonky. I'll look into that and fix it for next time. And 2, I don't know why the gunship wasn't respawning on the timer. The plane was doing it, so it was clearly working. It just decided, fuck me. But I also think there was some weird issues going on today with, I don't know if it's the server or the mission, but When infantry were calling out, they were demoing the Cashman. The Cashman was already taken out by air, but I watched air blow up a helicopter, but the helicopter was fine. And so I end keyed it, and I watched Skelly land upside down in the middle of a field with a full bar of health. And yeah, I don't know what the hell the server was doing today.
I think it's the survivable crashes that are doing it.
It could be. I'll look into that. But anyway, Reberg, we'll start with planes and we'll do helicopters.
I brought back the magic missiles, and then pretty much, maybe this is for you, Liru. You might want to place the carriers like further away. We could lock on and engage the main anti-air site from the deck of the carrier.
And they did.
Well, so the issue with that,
the second we took off was that it was dead.
I have to find a good balance of the range so that their AA doesn't hit you, but if I put the boats too far out, then the beach landing takes too long. So 4 clicks was a good balance.
But yeah, we just flew around, used our cameras to give live updates. I never really mark shit on the map when I'm flying a jet, or at least not lately. Skelly and I just coordinated. We made sure we had a good assortment of ordnance. We just went around and blew shit up. That was, on contrary to everyone's popular belief, as you saw today, cluster bombs don't break the fucking server. Everyone says that, but they don't. That's all.
Or if everyone's afraid of the UXs.
To explain that further, the reason they don't cause that many issues on this server is because we run a freaking 8 or 9 mod set with no fancy scripting.
I mean, I've used them with RHS on our other server, and they work fine too.
I know, but it also, you have to take server complexity into account. So it depends on the map, the amount of assets that are down, what's running in the background in terms of server-side complexity with scripting. But yeah, they can be used, but you have to balance everything.
Skelly and I performed cap, and that was that. Skelly cap.
Excellent. All right, gunship.
Unsure why the Comanche spawned with a fuel leak and everything was amber. Don't know what caused that. Shrug. Additionally, the triple R that you put down, we couldn't rearm normally. Even with the toolkit and the box, we could, because of that.
As I told you, use the pylon thing when I was telling you how to do R&R.
But the guns and the flares, you cannot rearm them.
Gotcha. All right. Put that in feedback then.
Yep. I'd just say spread the R&R out.
Again, those things are supposed to be,
because we couldn't get close enough to the fuel or the rearm box to try and rearm the guns without getting the propellers clipped into the crane thing, which would have destroyed us initially. So probably just spread it out a little bit. Other than that, was a rough start for Comanche. We got shot down twice due to air and AA missiles. But that's the way that shit goes. Rotary usually gets fucked over in this sort of thing. Was a rough start locking on with shit, but once we got into the groove of things, we were pretty fucking well done. Also, for infantry, when they designate with smoke for your position, don't use white, please. Everyone has white smoke grenades. Use colored. Colored helps.
All SLs in this op had colored smoke, throwable, and GL, and there was plenty they could have taken when we started, so.
Yeah, they were using white smoke to designate their position and say enemy position, when the enemy is also throwing white smoke, so that wasn't helping for designation of targets. So please, guys, just keep that in mind.
Transport?
We did transport things, went to go retrieve Skelly, retrieved him, came back to 2 dead squads, waiting for reinsert, so, yeah. Nothing really on our end. Oh, quick question. Liru, were you set to blue 4?
Yes.
Yeah, because Ginger kept getting vanilla callouts of some sort of target within 300 to 100 meters of the frigates. And it was funny.
Depending on it might have been one of the planes that was chasing you, because the pilot was left alive for a little while before I deleted him. So it could have also been the drones, because sometimes the AI will call, or you will call out the drone modules, not the drone modules, The turrets. That's just how it works in vanilla, because vanilla is interesting. But otherwise, before I put this open, again, T1s and above, we have the feedback channel. Please put your feedback in there. T0s, if you're here, what was I going to say? Sorry, brain fart in the middle. Whatever.
You were going to say welcome.
Welcome, yes. I think. I honestly don't remember. I just got hit by a brick wall there. Vets and T2 pluses op in about 45 minutes. Full arsenal thing, so hopefully have fun with that. And otherwise, yeah, that's all I got. Open debrief. Hope you had fun. If you got feedback that you want to give me direct, just DM me on Discord. BRB. All right, so I have no idea. Just brain decided to stop working for a second. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching. Go operate operationally. Again, we'll be back in about 45 minutes to an hour for the stream aspect of the next stop. But otherwise, cheers. Have a good one. Go operate operationally. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday.